Welcome to this Meditech eMeds training for anaesthetists. Please note there is also a general video guide for using Meditech called Anaesthetist Meditech Training Overview. See the link in the description box below. In this training we will cover logging into Meditech, how to view current medications, adding allergies, height and weight, viewing when a medication was last administered, signing telephone orders, medication ordering general and medication conflicts, medication ordering PRN, dose range instructions, the PARU order set, stop, hold or resume medications, order IV fluids, the discharge routine, where to find Meditech resources, and the prescriber declaration. Please note, the layout and menu options in Meditech may differ in the live system due to system updates and/or enhancements. To log into Meditech, first locate Lifehouse Favorites just under the search bar. Click on it to reveal a menu and select the last option, Meditech. Then click on the first item from the submenu to access Meditech Live. From here, you can launch a new session. Then, you'll be using Web EMR. You can also drag the selection up to your Favorites bar for easy access in the future. If you need help logging in or to reset your password, contact 40010 and press 2. Let them know you're an anaesthetist needing access to eMeds and you'll be assisted with password recovery. You can simply click on your patient's name to open their chart. By default, the chart opens on the Summary tab. Click on the Medications tab. You can see all of your patient's medications here, and you have the option to click on a medication to review the detail of the order. When you're finished, click Close on the top right of the window. You can change the medication view by clicking on the current selection on the top right. In this instance, we are in the Current Visit. Clicking here reveals a menu. The first available option is Current Infusions Titrations. We can now review this information. When ready, go to the Current View again to reveal the drop-down menu. You can review the other view options, and you can also go to the MAR, which is the patient's medication administration record. We can review the information here, and when done, we can click Close on the top right, which will return us to where we were on the chart. Once your patient's chart is open, click on Allergies in the reference panel on the right side of the screen. Search for an allergy by typing the first few letters into the search field. As you type, this will generate a drop-down list. You can select the correct item or drug from the list. You are required to complete 2 mandatory fields. The first is the allergy type, and the second is the allergy reaction. Once done, click anywhere outside the pop-up window. Your allergy has been added. Continue adding as many allergies as you need, and when you are completed, you can click Save on the top right. The allergies you have just added are now visible on the patient's reference panel. To add the patient's height and weight, from the patient's chart, click on Menu on the top black banner and click on Clinical Data. Now you can go ahead and record the patient's height and weight, the height in centimetres and the weight in kilograms. When done, click Save on the top right. The patient's height and weight are now displayed on the reference panel. If you try to open orders for your patient and this data has not been added, you will get this prompt to complete. Click on Enter Clinical Data to enter the height and weight. Click on Enter Allergies to add the allergies, as previously shown. To view when a medication was last administered, I will demo 3 ways to see this. First, from the Summary tab in the patient's chart, there is a widget available called Current Medication Administrations Last and Next 24 Hours. If you do not see this widget, you can click on the cog icon and search for it and add it. For a more detailed view, go to the Medication tab and click on the medication name. The MAR Doc tab will display the history of the medication's administration. And just to reiterate, MAR stands for the Medication Administration Record. You can also go directly to the MAR via the drop-down menu. This shows the medication administration date, time and dose, and you can view up to 5 days into the past by using the scroll function. For the instances where you do not have access to Meditech, you can place a telephone order and it will be added to your sign queue. To view and sign the order, go to the top black menu bar and click Sign. I can see here that I have an Endone telephone order for patient Anaconda. So if I'm happy to proceed with this telephone order, I will select it to open it. Then, after reviewing it, I can click Submit and click Sign to enter my PIN to sign for the order. It will then be removed from the sign queue. You can return to the status board by clicking on the Home icon. Please note, ICU remains on paper and the anaesthetic record in theatre. Also remaining on paper are PCAs and syringe drivers. Please note, your order needs to be either PO or IV. You cannot make a PO/IV order in Meditech. Please note, all orders placed in Meditech are checked for conflicts, first with patient allergies and then any conflict with current medications prescribed, and you will be alerted if there is a conflict, which we will demonstrate. Before demonstrating the order set specifically built for PARU, I'll first touch on some of the ordering basics, including editing the order fields and checking conflicts. Dose ranging has been enabled in Meditech. There are instructions on how to order a range directly after this section. Now we're going to order PRN oxycodone 7.5 milligrams. Endone is on the list of medications that can be ordered by brand, so we will do that here by typing Endone into the search field. Click on the medication name to reveal the order options. We are selecting 5 milligrams QID. The fields at the top of the order can be edited without opening the full order. We can amend the dose from 5 milligrams to 7.5 milligrams. The frequency can also be changed from here. In this example, I'm changing it to Q4 hourly. Now we can change from schedule to PRN, and we will need to select a reason. We're selecting pain. Click on the down arrow to open all the fields of the order to review. Label comments will be visible on the MAR for the nurses to read. We can also add a maximum dose in the max dose field. The nurses will be alerted as to which dose they are up to, and the medication will discontinue after the last dose has been administered from the MAR. The red conflict banner alerts us there is a conflict with this order. We can click on the banner to resolve it or go ahead and submit the order and resolve it then, as Meditech will not allow you to place the order until it is resolved. After reviewing all the fields, you can go to the top right and click on Submit. If there is a conflict with an allergy or another medication, it will display here. You can review and override this conflict if needed. Then you can enter your PIN to sign for the order. The order will now show under Current Medication Orders and will display on the MAR for the nurses to administer. To enter a dose range, you will first need to expand the order by clicking on the down arrow or chevron. Now locate the dose field and enter the dose range. In this example, we are entering 5 to 10 milligrams. The order text will turn red, indicating there is now a mandatory field that must be filled out. The dose instruction field now has a red asterisk, and you will not be able to proceed with this order without filling out the instructions here. Click the down arrow to locate the template, max dose in 24 hours. Then click on it. Then you will need to delete the X's and type in the max dose. In this example, we are entering 30 milligrams in 24 hours. When you are ready to submit your order, click Submit on the top right. Review any conflicts if they appear, then enter your PIN to sign for the order. The medication will now appear on the Medication Administration Record, or MAR, for the nurses to administer. This is the laptop view, showing See dose instructions clearly for the nurses to refer to. And here is the point of care device view, where nurses will need to click the arrow to expand the medication detail to review the dose instructions. Order sets are available in Meditech to facilitate the ordering process. Ensure your patient is selected, then go to the top menu bar and click on Orders. Then click Enter. Start typing Paru into the search field. Then click on the Paru order set. As mentioned, the layout and menu options in Meditech may differ in the live system due to system updates and/or enhancements. Medications and interventions are grouped in 8 categories: VTE prophylaxis, oxygen therapy, pain management flag, analgesics, antibiotics, aperients, antiemetics, and PON-V standing order. Ordering VTE prophylaxis follows a 3-step process. Step 1, VTE risk assessment. Step 2, bleeding risk assessment. And Step 3, prescribing. A separate video is available on how to order VTE prophylaxis. When ordering oxygen therapy, there are 2 options to choose from: via nasal prongs or via simple face mask. If one of these orders is selected, the only mandatory field is the indication of the oxygen saturation. To complete the mandatory field, click the red chevron to open the full order. Mandatory fields are marked with a red asterisk in Meditech. Please note, if you need to order oxygen, please place a new order by searching oxygen in the search field. There is a specific video available for this process. Next is the pain management flag. You will need to select this if you are prescribing any drugs using the pain management treatment chart. Check the box next to Buy Daily Check to order this daily check. The next heading is analgesia. Click on this and you can refer to the clinical guideline by clicking on the world icon. This guideline establishes the framework for opioid analgesic stewardship in acute pain management at Chris O'Brien Lifehouse. In accordance with the Opioid Analgesic Stewardship in Acute Pain Clinical Care Standard, and meets the requirement of the National Safety and Quality Health Service. Close this reference guide on the top right when done. Analgesics are grouped into 6 categories: simple analgesics, combination analgesics, immediate acting opioids, long-acting opioids, infusions, and gabapentinoids. To place an analgesics order, put a check into the box next to the relevant order. There are hard limits built in Meditech in regard to maximum doses that can be administered per medication over 24 hours. If an order for morphine SC is selected, the route cannot be changed to IV. The IV order for morphine needs to be selected. IV antibiotics can only be ordered for a period of 24 hours by anaesthetists. To place the order, under Antibiotics, check the box next to the relevant order. All aperient orders have been preset to PRN. Some aperients have variable doses, for example, lactulose. To place an order, place a tick in the checkbox next to the relevant order. To place an order under antiemetics, place a tick in the checkbox next to the relevant order. Or, if you wish to order Ponvi, go to the next section heading. You can refer to the clinical guideline by clicking on the world icon. The standard Ponvi is highlighted in light blue. To select this order string, you can either click on each checkbox individually or click on Pre-selected at the right top of the screen. A separate video is also available on how to order Ponvi. Once you have selected all the appropriate interventions and medications, you can go to the very top right of the screen and click the Submit button. Then you can review the orders and then enter your PIN to sign for the orders. And please note, you can now review the orders you have just placed under Current Medication Orders. Patients transferred from the ward to ICU will require the ICU CMO to place the medications on hold and transcribe the required medications from Meditech onto the ICU medication paper chart. When the patient returns to the ward, the ICU CMO will either resume or stop the current medications in Meditech, add any new medications charted on paper, and cease the medications on the paper chart. For patients going to theatre from the ward CMO is responsible for placing the medications on hold and for resuming the medications in Meditech once the patient has returned from theatre. From the orders screen, to place a medication on hold, resume a medication or stop a medication, under the status column, click on the current medication status. Clicking on the status reveals a menu where we can hold, resume, or stop the medication. In this example, we will select to hold it. Once clicked, a calendar appears. You can select a hold date and time, or, as with this example, you can select Today Now. Then you can either enter a resume date or leave it and resume as required. Click Save on the top right. For this status change to be activated, you will need to click Submit on the top right and enter your PIN. The medication now displays as on hold in the status column. To resume a medication on hold, simply click on the hold status until the menu options appear and select Hold Resume. When the calendar appears, you can choose a date and time or select Today Now for the medication to resume now. Then save on the top right. You will need to click Submit and enter your PIN for this action to take effect. The medication status is now updated to active. If you need to do this for a multiple amount of medications, you can click Edit Multiple. Then select Hold Resume and place checks in the boxes next to the medications you wish to place on hold. When done, select the tick next to Hold Resume orders. When the calendar appears, you can choose a date and time for the medications to go on hold or select Today Now. And you can either enter a resume date or save and resume them when required. When you go to Submit on the top right, you'll see the number 5 as you are making 5 changes to medications. Enter your PIN to sign for the changes. The 5 medications will now display as on hold. And you can use Edit Multiple to resume these medications when appropriate. To cancel or stop a medication, from the Orders screen, again you have the option to select one medication at a time or to edit multiple. To stop a single medication, click on the status and then from the menu select Stop. To proceed, you are required to select the stop reason. In this example, we're selecting No Longer Required. And please note there is also a free text option at the end of the Stop Reasons menu, if required. Then click Submit on the top right and enter your PIN to record this change. Once the screen is refreshed, this medication status changes to Discontinued. To stop multiple medications, click Edit Multiple and then select Stop from the menu. Now, check the boxes next to the medications you wish to stop. Once done, go to the top left and click the tick next to Stop Orders. When the calendar appears, you are required to select a stop reason. Again, we're going to select No Longer Required. You can choose a date and time or select Today Now for the medications to stop immediately. Then click Save on the top right. Click Submit and enter your PIN to record this change. Please note in Meditech, until you've entered your PIN, nothing is recorded. After refreshing the screen, the medications will show as discontinued and will also display as discontinued in the patient's MAR. For the discharge routine, ensure your patient is selected, then select the Discharge button on the top black menu bar. The No Action table indicates these medications haven't been reconciled for discharge. Click on the red Discharge Medications text to start the discharge process. If the patient has any home medications, they will appear in the left column in this table. Medications appearing on the right are medications that have been charted since the patient has been admitted and have the heading Visit Medications. To continue a medication, click on Continue. Here we are continuing aspirin. Then you need to select the quantity. Here we're going to enter 14 tablets. You'll see a blue RX symbol appear, which indicates that you're ordering a discharge supply of this medication to be dispensed by pharmacy downstairs. Continue as many medications as needed, and you can also add a new medication by selecting Add New. Click into the search bar and select Click here to launch medication search. Then search the medication you wish to add. Locate it from the list and click it to select it. Click on the quantity, then select the number of tablets you wish to dispense. You can also put medication instructions into this field for the patient to read. They will be visible to the pharmacist. Click Q if you would like to add another medication, or Q and exit to return to the discharge procedure. If you click exit, it will cancel the order. Here I'm going to click Q and exit, as this is the only medication I'm adding. Review the conflicts here. Then to override, you can click on All Conflicts and MD OK'd. Then you can click Q and exit. Click on Reconcile to return to the discharge routine screen. To add a PBS code for a subsidised medication, click on the grey protocol icon. Then select PBS Authority Streamline Code and enter the code for that medication. Then click Save and the PBS code will be applied to that medication. Preview your discharge script by clicking on Preview. We can see our two new medication scripts at the top of the screen. You can review the discharge conflicts by clicking here, or they will appear when you click Submit. When you are ready, click Submit. Then you can review and override the conflicts as needed. Then enter your PIN to sign for the orders. The discharge plan will display the scripts that have been ordered and sent to pharmacy to dispense. From here, you can simply save and close. From the Chris O'Brien Lifehouse home screen, go to the menu on the right and select Meditech User Guides. Then, open the link in red, eMeds User Guides and Videos. You can filter by column heading, for example the user guide name or another heading such as the role. Locate one you wish to view and click on it. Each guide takes you step by step through the Meditech process for that feature. Please scan the QR code or click on the link below this video to complete your electronic prescribing acknowledgement form to enable prescribing in Meditech. That concludes this video. Thank you for watching.